So I just came off a training last night. So probably the only CEO out there still doing training. And I think I had some revelations that maybe I'll share with you. And this was all managers. And so there's about 50 of them there. We're going to do 4 of those. And there's so much anticipation and so much excitement out there about Monster that, sometimes, I get out of touch with it and I'm surprised, right? How enthusiastic everybody is. And do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So the anticipation, especially in this economy and in this environment where a lot of retailers are on the edge, everybody is searching. Nobody thinks they have the answer, not even the almighty Best Buy thinks they have the answer. So, and everybody is, let's say, morphing. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about something called the Flux generation, which was in Fast Company. And it talks about the new operating mode for how successful companies of the future are going to survive. And so if you look at the standard way that we do business, we plan businesses a year ahead, 2 years ahead. We were just talking to Peter Wheatfall, and he says, McDonald's plans 5 years ahead. So, your experience with us has always been, well, shit, he's not going to show that vaporware again. He never ships his stuff. Okay, or we're showing new stuff and we're changing, and it's morphing constantly. So, and that's what retailers are saying. When are we going to get this stuff? We never know, and we don't have samples. Reps, we don't have samples, right? Okay, and so I kind of thought about that until I read this article, which is the Flux generation, and we're constantly in flux. So if you do your product roadmap, and one of our production supply chain, head of supply chain, says, when I was at Plantronics, we planned 2 years in advance. And we went to the CES show, and the dealer would know everything that we're shipping. And they just placed the orders. So why can't we do that? And I said, because today, if you plan 2 years in advance, by the time you got something out, it's not relevant anymore. People don't need it. It's been replaced. Look at tablets. Tablets are replacing TVs. So this retailer was saying, hey, we just got Apple. We just got Apple. We're going to put in iPads, and this is going to be fantastic. And I said, wait a minute, think about that. When Best Buy got Apple, X%, it's over 10, people started buying iPads instead of buying TVs. And if you look at the #1 use, from MPD data of the use of an iPad or tablets, the #1 use is watching movies. #2 use, what do you think?
Music.
Music. #3? Gaming. So I say, do all those 3 require audio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And is it a pair of speakers, or is it going to be headphones? It's going to be headphones. Okay, so that's why 2 things. One is the explosion of tablets and the explosion of smartphones playing music with Spotify, Pandora, Slacker, now makes the media player ubiquitous. Everybody owns one. So if we say, how many people are potential headphone customers, what do we say?
Everyone.
Just about everyone, okay? But we gotta go ask. It's not like, oh, I have a Samsung Galaxy, I gotta go buy a headphone. Okay, so this is the opportunity that is in front of us. Both the tablet explosion and the iPad explosion and tablets. So when we look at, where we see the opportunity, okay, so you weren't making much money on the TVs. If you make 10, 12%, it's pretty good. But wait till you start selling tablets. So now you're making 8% and less. So don't celebrate so fast, because if you don't attach to those tablets, which may help you draw customers in, because TVs are not growing. We know that, right? And that's one of the reasons why they're not growing, because tablets have come in. So if we're going to do that, teach our retailers that, hey, I got iPads. Oh, great. If you don't attach to them, you're going to go out of business. So if you don't present a headphone, we don't present screen clean, you don't present an outlets to go, okay, all the things that we've been teaching, for the last, or you've been teaching for at least the last year, with the universes and the stacker, right, of all the things you can attach. If we don't teach that, they are going to go out of business. And some of the people, like Best Buy, has realized that. It's in their annual report where they say, hey, a big percentage went to tablets. And that's why we're not growing our TV sales. So now, instead of a $600 TV, $500 TV, $400 TV, you're selling a $200 Fire. Okay, and nobody makes money on a $200 Fire, not even Amazon. So if we don't attach to it, then they're going to have problems. Now, how important does that make you?
Very important.
How important? Critically important. You are critically important to their survival. Because if you don't teach them that, and reps here, if we're not having them have that realization, which I sat down with the senior people before, I did the training for all the managers. These were managers of every store. So if you don't realize that, you're going to wake up saying, hey, I'm in trouble. I'm in cash flow trouble. I'm in profitability trouble. So you have a lot to do with how you present yourself, how you present the category. It is not just about inspiration. It's not just about iSport. It's about the category of universes. So one of the things I want to make sure that all you folks know how to do is present and teach the universe. Because the universe is not about a single SKU. The universe is about all the things you can attach to a tablet, a smartphone, a TV, to a digital camera. So if we take that and show them how they can make money, that's what M5 was about, M4 was about, now it's M6, because we're going to market. And that's our new mantra, that marketing is such a big part of what we're going to do. And Monster, frankly, never did that. We didn't have to market cables and power. Okay, we taught the sales floor how to sell. So when the customer came for a TV, you got a cable and power. But headphones, different thing. Okay, and so many people are trying to get into the headphone business because it is the #1 fastest growing product category in consumer electronics. And it's profitable. So you never say those two things at the same time. Fast growing? Well, can't be profitable. 3D TV? Oh yeah, 3D TV. You can make money on 3D TV for the first 30 days. Because then you take a gun, point at a foot, and boom! Shoot it up. And we can't even get the inventory. Okay, and we're discounting. So this is a crazy thing. But headphones, we can sell them all day. $200 to $300. And retailers can make full margin. So now, how important are you? Extremely important. Critically important. And that's why the certification on how you drive that message is a breath of fresh air for the people you're teaching, the salespeople you're teaching, who, by the way, really don't care because they're going to be working at one of your retailers and flipping burgers 6 months from now, working in a shoe store, right? So those people don't care, but make sure that the management is at one of your trainings. Okay, make sure that they hear this universe message, how important it is for their people to learn how to attach, for how important it is for their managers of their stores and the department managers feel the pressure from management. You know what? They're right. We're selling tablets at no money. And who's making the money? Well, Apple's making the money. Okay, but they're not giving it to the retailer. And one of our major retailers, and where's Eric? Okay, we had the CEO of this major retailer. He opened up our management training with a half-hour dissertation about how Apple is ruling the world. And Apple is not giving it to anybody except themselves. But it drives opportunity. It drives opportunity to do the attach. It drives opportunity to draw customers into the store. That's why all the retailers, even though they don't make any money, that's the secondary goal for having an Apple product. The first goal is to do what? Draw customers in. Okay, maybe they'll buy something else. And that something else, you have a lot of control of. So senior management has to be part of your training. You have to sit down with the store, you have to sit down with somebody who cares about how much money that retailer is making. And when they know that you can help them make more money, you'll get support. Because otherwise, we're just training, the bottom level, and as soon as that person goes, somebody else comes in, you lost, right? Because he didn't get trained by you. So this has to be part of a retailer's culture, attachment selling, universes, the kind of things we're working hard on to bring to retail, and all the different headphones you see around, all the different mobile products that you see around are because we want to create opportunities for attachment for our retailers. And we're going to go for the lowest hanging fruit. So if the lowest hanging fruit is tablets and smartphones, what do you think we're going to make? Attachment for the smartphones and tablets. And also, if you're around tomorrow, we're going to show this MPD data. It says that the #1 planned purchase in consumer electronics for consumers is, what do you think?
Tablet.
What's #1?
Tablet. Headphone.
What do you think?
iPad.
Pardon me? iPad?
iPad.
Yeah, tablet. Okay. Well, you on the dark ages, man. Nobody buys laptops anymore, except Monster, right? No, but the next laptop is going to be a tablet with a keyboard on it, right? So you've seen that, right? And the new operating system for Windows is going to act like a tablet. So that world is converging. So the answer to that question is headphones. It is the #1 desired purchase by about 20% above tablets. So let's think about that. The hot product to draw people in is tablets. The one that the customer wants to buy is what? Headphones. So let me think about that one. How important are you now?
Very.
Really important. Because the hottest product to attach to is tablets. TVs are below that. AV receivers are way below that. Speakers are way below that. And I'll show you that graph tomorrow. Or maybe John's got it. He can show it to you. So I just want to have everybody in this room, we got reps and we got training people, to help us help them. Okay, so hopefully that's what you're going to get out of this training. Okay, that you learn and you practice. And you deliver it with some conviction, but management is always part of that equation. Because if they don't buy into it, they're not enforcing your message, and part of your message is going to be a selling message. So when you train on inspiration, and the buyer is there, the merch manager is there, senior VP operations is there, hopefully maybe the CEO is even there. So wow, they're right. You're showing the universe. And there's no money going down that black hole. Are you guys learning the universe? Okay. That unless we attach, we can't make money. And the other thing that's resonated really strongly with senior management is that a professional salesperson today is not the one who sells a TV at an ad price. The professional salesperson today is not the one who sells an iPod or an iPad that customers want to buy. That's called clicking. A professional salesperson knows how to do the attach. A professional salesperson knows how to do items per ticket. And said, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself, or I'm going to challenge you. You know, I'm going to get 2 items on this guy. And he says, I'm going to get 5 items on this guy. So the next measurement, which is hopefully if they're on an M4 sometime, items per ticket is extremely important. Because that's where the major growth is. Anybody can add a screen clean. Okay, that's one of our most attached products. And thank goodness we invented screen clean, because at that time, you know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, we didn't know that everything you touch is going to have a screen. And when you see somebody's screen that they touch on their phone, or your phone, pull your phone out and look at it and go, yuck, man, is that filthy? How do you use an iPad or a phone that's that dirty? So, no, clean, 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 clean. And then you never want to use it dirty again. So, it's addictive. You know, people come in, I'm always looking for my screen, right? So we got a great thing going because we're not on the hardware side. We don't make the hardware. We make the attachments that go with the hardware. And if you think of headphones, maybe you can think of headphones as the hardware. Okay, because it is quickly becoming, you know, right up there with tablets, right? So we are very important to our retailers. It's important for you to have that separate meeting. Sit down if you're, you know, because senior managers don't come here. So you have to ask, hey, can I close this place? Let me talk to them about how much profit are we going to add if they enforce the message you're about to deliver. Right? And that message is complete the customer experience and the product to buy from us is our what? Obligation. Okay. To our customers. So we're obligated, and then when you use the word obligated, that also means it's not optional. Because an obligation is that I owe it to you as a customer. Well, I owe it to myself on my own commission, and I owe it to the retailer if I'm working for him to make money for him. So professional salespeople know how to sell attachments, know how to sell the universe, and the really good ones know how to sell multiple items in that universe. And who's going to teach them?
We are.
You guys are. So that's how critically important you are, because you don't teach them, they'll never learn it. This will never happen. So this room, I don't know, was about 50 people in this room? 58? Single-handedly, we're going to save the CE business.
Yeah.
Give yourselves a hand. Yeah. All right, thank you very much. Thanks.